What if I told you that a single dusty patch of desert down in Arizona just revealed the absolute endgame of the AI war? Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a massive real estate deal that secretly exposes the next trillion-dollar tech rivalry. Stick with me here because the way we all interact with technology, it's about to fracture in a way we literally haven't seen since the invention of the smartphone. Okay, let's talk about this massive number. $220 million. Waymo just dropped that exact amount to buy an abandoned ghost town in Whitman, Arizona. Now, on the surface, sure, it's just a bunch of dirt and asphalt, but this is actually the ultimate symbol of victory and defeat in the autonomous age. Because get this facility was originally built for Apple. Section 1. The $220 million ghost town, Apple's abandoned dreams. So this whole transaction represents a literal passing of the torch in the physical AI race. Just look at the sheer scale of the proving ground Waymo acquired here. We're talking about a massive 115-acre simulated city course, a 35-acre dynamics area, and a huge 4-mile oval track. Apple originally built all of this for their super secretive and now completely canceled self-driving car project known as Project Titan. And Waymo, they just swooped right in and bought up the remnants. Why? To rapidly test and validate the new Robotaxis they're assembling at their nearby Mesa factory. Waymo's parent company, Alphabet, is aggressively planting its flag in the physical world. Section 2. Inside Waymo's AI engine, simulating the impossible. But taking over a physical city course is really only half the battle here. The true competitive edge is being forged completely in the digital realm. Earlier in 2026, Waymo introduced something called the Waymo World Model. This is an incredible AI system powered by Google DeepMind's Genie 3. What it does is generate these hyper-realistic, fully synchronized 2D video and 3D LiDAR, or laser scanning simulations of driving scenarios. It isn't just playing back recorded video, it's fundamentally hallucinating and creating entirely new, physically accurate worlds for its software to drive through. And this brilliantly illustrates how advanced this really is. This model can, quote, generate hyper-realistic simulations of rare driving scenarios, allowing the AI to train on dangerous or impossible conditions without real-world risks. Think about what that actually means. Digital AI software is now independently generating the exact training data it needs to perfect physical hardware. Waymo is literally testing their cars in millions of variations of dangerous digital environments before those tires ever touch the asphalt of that $220 million Arizona track. It's like a giant puzzle coming together. Section 3. Apple's trillion-dollar pivot, the Switzerland of AI. So if Alphabet is out there buying up racetracks and building robotic fleets, what exactly is Apple doing with its massive war chest? Let's take a look. On the left here, we have the abandoned Project Titan, Apple's old dream of building custom autonomous vehicles. But on the right is their shocking new reality, which we just saw with iOS 27. Instead of building their own cars or even their own frontier AI models, Apple executed a massive pivot. They signed a $1 billion per year software licensing deal to use Google Gemini. They're completely ditching custom automotive hardware to focus strictly on private computing and licensed software. But here is where Apple's strategy gets absolutely fascinating. By introducing this new extensions framework in iOS 17, they basically dismantled the exclusive integration OpenAI used to have on the iPhone. Now, users can route their queries to different foundation models. You want to use ChatGPT? Totally fine. Anthropic's Claude? No problem at all. Google Gemini? That's the default. Apple even gave them distinct voices so you know exactly which AI is answering you. Basically, Apple positions itself as the neutral middleman in the AI wars, turning your iPhone into a universal remote for the world's most powerful AI models. This is arguably the most contrarian strategic bet in tech right now. Apple's bet is 100% focused on private cloud inference, on-device processing, and multi-provider flexibility over building custom AI. If this bet actually pays off, Apple becomes the Switzerland of the AI wars, securing total ecosystem dominance. But if it fails, well, analysts warn they seriously risk becoming the Kodak of the 2020s, a hardware giant made totally obsolete by a massive paradigm shift they just outsourced to their rivals. Section 4. The Global Robotaxi War, Expanding the Battlefield. Now, while Apple focuses its energy on dominating our phones, Waymo and its rivals are rapidly claiming the physical streets across the globe. Just look at this timeline to see the explosive rollout of autonomous technology happening in just the first half of 2026. In February, Waymo drops that Genie 3 world model. By March, Uber announces a massive Tokyo trial with Wave. Come April, Waymo begins active autonomous testing on some of the most challenging urban streets in London. And then by June, bam, they're buying up Apple's old Arizona test track. And hey, this isn't just an isolated American phenomenon anymore. European transport ministers are officially making self-driving taxis a reality, turning cities all over the map into sprawling international testing grounds. London is hosting trials for Waymo, Wave, and Apollo Go. Madrid has WeRide testing with Uber, Munich is deploying Momenta technology, Zagreb is running Pony.ai, and Luxembourg has Stellantis testing out there too. The expansion is happening everywhere, all at once. To put that into perspective, let's look at this number. 3,000. Waymo already claims around 3,000 driverless taxis are spread across a dozen U.S. cities right now, and that massive fleet is matched incredibly closely by China's Apollo Go. The infrastructure footprint required to maintain, charge, and route thousands of multi-ton robots across global cities is truly mind-boggling. Section 5. Who wins the future? Hardware versus software. So how do we actually make sense of these wildly different corporate strategies as the AI boom completely reshapes the tech landscape? Well, AI expert Andrej Karpathy hit the nail on the head recently. He noted that, quote, as working software becomes available on demand via AI, Jevons paradox is driving substantially increased demand for bespoke software tools. Now, Jevons paradox is basically when technological progress makes something super efficient, but that actually causes people to consume way more of it. Because AI makes generating software incredibly easy, we are seeing a paradoxical, massive surge in demand for even more tools, apps, and autonomous agents. And all of that new software, it requires an absolute mountain of physical tech infrastructure to actually run. Which brings us to the high-stakes standoff we're witnessing right now. On the left, we have Alphabet's aggressive strategy, leaning heavily into the physical world. They are securing billions for custom AI microchips, aggressively acquiring physical test tracks, and scaling up heavy real-world robotaxi fleets. They literally want to own the infrastructure of reality. And on the right, we have Apple's strategy, retreating into a flexible, highly secure software ecosystem. They're keeping their engineering focused on hardware integration and private computing via licensed software, basically letting everyone else spend the billions required to build the frontier models. So here is the ultimate question for you. In the battle for tech dominance, who wins? The company building the physical AI hardware and infrastructure, or the Switzerland of AI controlling the consumer software ecosystem? I really want you to drop your answer to this profound question in the comments below, because the winner of this exact conflict is going to define the future of technology for decades to come. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, and I'll catch you in the next one.